Oh,
Hello? What? Who's that?
Who moved?
Who's a...
Bob?
Barry. Is that
Oh, it's
you?
Barry. It's not Bob.
Who is it?
Barry. Oh,
What? Wait. Who's that? Wait, what happened?
Barry is crashing the stream.
Uh,
Classic Barry.
that's confusing.
Wait,
Or
I
the
don't
same
understand
thing.
who that is. Who is that? What is that? Who's the person in the corner? What?
Ask him to smile.
Barry, at least say something. Yeah, no.
Wow, there's
That's-
6 of us here. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Yeah, he's having one of his days again, probably.
On Grumpy.
Hold on, let me try
Oh.
something.
Ugh.
It's not a bad thing.
I don't understand what's going on
Certain
here.
people can pull it off.
Yeah, everything
certain
was fine
people
30
can't.
seconds ago.
Is that it? There we go.
Yep.
All right,
Oh.
good. Oh, man. Hello. Top of the morning. I had a rough night last night. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to everybody. It is Sunday. May the 4th be with you. You know what I mean? Bye, Jordan. Bye, Jordan. Yeah, that's some shit I'll never say again.
Somebody
That-
make
that
a
threw me
clip out
off.
of that.
That threw me off.
So how's everybody doing today?
Very good.
Tired?
Tired? You had a late night last night?
Yeah,
No.
somehow
What time?
it turned.
What time did you go to bed last night?
Well, it was past 6 hour time, so.
Yeah. 6:20, 6:30.
Yeah. Did you have a good time though when you stayed up? It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing time.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Way better than some birthday party. Way
hey,
better.
right?
Oh,
All right. So it's in the topic. Thank you everybody. Thank you for all the donations. It's in the topic. I can't believe we're gonna go over this right now, but we're gonna do it. So I am getting this shit all over my feed. I don't know who started it. I don't know why it started. Jesus, with all the donations. Thank you all so much. Let me just go through it real quick. Thank you, Monkey. Thank you, Jorn. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Combat. That's not in here. Thank you, Contraband. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so let's talk about it. Where did this come from? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
It was a, yeah, I do.
Okay, so Jorn, you didn't read the title? It's 100 men versus one gorilla. And there's another one where it's 10,000 gorillas versus 100,000 men. And then there's people are making a game out of it now. I think Naughty Dog's getting involved. Like it's
Oh, are
I've
they?
seen that
Wow, I
pass
didn't know
by
that.
on my feed, but to be honest, I haven't clicked on it. It was
okay.
like,
So originally this started from 2020 from a Reddit post.
Okay.
And then somebody brought it back to life on Twitter.
Okay.
And then now all of a sudden everyone's going all over against it.
I can't believe this is going to be our topic. This is where we're at right now. Okay. What do you guys think? The 100 men or the one gorilla?
100 men.
Really?
No.
Yes.
No.
100 men.
Wait.
They
wait.
say-
Does
they say all you need
wait,
is 40.
The humans have no tools, right? We're talking bare
No tools. It's by hand.
No tools.
no, the
Bare
gorilla.
knuckles. They say 40 men. They say 40 men can take down one gorilla.
What do you think, Manny?
100 men. 100 men is a lot of people, so I would go with 100 men.
Okay, so there's the video that I'm talking about. I don't know if I shared it on my Facebook. It's the 100,000 versus 10,000.
Less.
They only killed 4 gorillas. Like a
Oh, nice.
guy made like the animation where it's the gorillas all beating on their chests, and it's like actually pretty good. And the men, but the gorillas, like one gorilla walks in and just starts throwing dudes around, you know, just like punch a dude and he'll flap in the air. Nobody's seen that video? Nobody?
I've seen videos like that, yeah.
I don't know if you're talking one gorilla, I don't think. If the 100 men maybe swarmed the gorilla,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's the whole idea. Because even in the videos, everybody's just attacking, running towards the gorilla.
So
right?
these 100 men are already trained into hunting?
No, it's just a regular.
Oh, okay.
It's just like 100
Random
dudes.
hundo.
Yeah, just. Did you say random hundo?
Yeah, random hundo.
Last night, did
What
you
is
get
that?
done sucking dick? Hundo? Hundo P?
Hundo.
Oh, wow.
Hundo. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Hundo.
Aren't you like
What?
in your 40s?
A
be
cool
41 next
Honda.
month. A hundo. What?
Yeah.
You
guys
can't,
said,
no, you can't, you're not
What?
skibbity bop. You can't.
That was way before that, Jay. What are you talking about? I used to say hundo in high school. Are
But
kidding
you
me?
just,
Come on.
I'm just saying that it's not, it doesn't fit you when you say it. You don't look like the right skin tone when you say that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back. So, John, what were you gonna say? You said what? 100? You think the 100 men won't beat the gorilla? No, I don't think so either. I mean, how strong is a gorilla, right? Will he
Yeah, if you
grab?
twist
Gorillas are
that
strong.
thing off. Whew.
I feel like if a gorilla grabs one dude's ankles, just one dude, and just swings around like in a circle,
Beats up the rest with it.
yeah, he's gonna beat everybody with the person. I don't know.
They say
assuming that the
a
gorilla could do that.
chimpanzee is strong enough to pull you limb from limb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say
He doesn't
that.
have
I
to
don't know.
kill the 100
No,
men.
but-
He just has to injure them. And I feel
Right.
like if he just grabs one, that one is out. Next.
I have to find
Yeah.
this video for you. Go ahead,
The
man.
whole
Continue
thing is
talking.
the stamina, right? I mean,
Yeah.
a gorilla, 5-10 people at once. Okay, that's what they're gonna take him 2-3 minutes to get rid of those. But if people keep coming, that gorilla's gonna get fatigue as well.
Exactly.
On the other side, you can't attack the gorilla with 100 people all at once. That's not gonna be possible. So it's gonna be
Swarms. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen this video. Yeah.
Oh, I know that game.
That's not a game.
Isn't it the Epic Battle Creator?
Oh,
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
start flying.
This one is what 100,000 versus 10,000, right?
No, this is 10,000 gorillas versus 1 million men.
Oh, 1 million men. Okay.
Could do a lot with that.
So what you're telling me after watching this video is we shouldn't be afraid of aliens. We should be afraid of gorillas.
Technology comes into play.
Wait for the numbers. Wait for the numbers. 14, bro. I don't.
That game is a lot. There's a lot of.
I don't know if you're taken right. That tells you right. If you have 1 million men versus 10,000, that's a big difference between 1 versus 100, right?
What are those game physics based on reality? Strength of a gorilla or?
Probably not.
You
don't think
well, that game is a little weird because it's it's not weird. It's cool. So you can put the parameters of basically everything in. So you can give them the strength that you want to give them. It's not based on a reality or anything.
No, so it's
If you want, if you want to make a character that's completely overpowered in that game, and then give him the powers already in existence.
so there's a whole 20-minute video on the actual configurations for this battle, right? Essentially, what he did was he gave the human beings, in layman's terms, 10 strength. They gave the gorillas 100 strength because that's the original argument. Okay, throw them in a battle and see who wins. The gorillas.
But wait,
Go ahead.
where do you come up with 10 and 100? Like, what does 10 equal to for 100 for for a human as opposed to 100 for a gorilla? Like, what are those parameters for
Well,
that?
for
What is
one
that?
man, 100 gorillas, right? So would you rather give the human beings one? I mean, he kind of gave him a one up and said, you have 10. So you have, 10% of what a gorilla has. I don't even think we have that much strength. But, so, I think that's being generous. No?
Yeah. I wonder
If you took a
what would
regular...
change-
Wait, if you took
just
a
give
regular...
them one tool.
Like a
tool,
wrench?
what that
Like a
would- no, like a spear. Just that.
No,
Only
come
that.
on. Then
What
they're
would
gonna
that
win. Then they're gonna. The idea is, an average dude. It's not like jack dudes or like karate. Well, I don't even think karate would fucking matter. I don't think anything matters, bro. Yeah, I wonder what their pain tolerance is. But if I think of one average dude, right? If I multiply that by 100, and I take one, just even like a 1-year-old gorilla. Not even like a silverback, just a regular black ass gorilla.
Average gorilla.
Yeah, just a basic ass gorilla. I think he would fuck you up. Like, I don't know. You see what he did with the little kid that jumped over? I get it. It's a little toddler, but still, it's just like he just touches his foot and goes like this, and the kid flies against the wall. That's real life. So. I feel like if we were not streaming right now, I would be pulling up videos of gorillas versus human beings, like real videos. Like,
I feel like
Why,
I
you
want
can't
to
show that
buy
on
the
the
game
main
and put one gorilla feces 15 babies and see how that goes. If you could put that in the game.
That would take no more than 10 seconds.
I really cannot see even 1,000 men beating one gorilla. I just can't see it.
No, I mean, Matthew said it before. The gorilla's eventually going to get exhausted fighting 100 people. Let's be real here.
If you took
gorilla-
one punch from a gorilla, one punch, just one, you think that's going to exhaust him?
Yeah, multiply that by 100.
Yeah, but he already has more strength than you, so it's not that
Okay,
strenuous.
Right, he's not going to get that tired. We're
Right.
going to get tired.
Why? Because a gorilla, most simians, so chimps and whatever, they have a lot of short muscles, which also means they're more powerful, but they're gonna tire.
Yeah. Think about when you get
Short
into a
muscle
fight.
is explosive force. Short
Right.
muscles is not meant to be long time. That's the long muscle. Endurance is long muscle.
Well,
Oh yeah,
think
but
about,
I feel
think
like
about
they
a
wouldn't
UFC
even
fight,
have to
right?
go like a
Okay.
78% of their strength
Agree.
punch.
Agree. Agree. I think if a gorilla punches a dude running up, he's going to hit him so hard he's going to knock out 5 other dudes. Just like bop over. Like that. And I don't even think it's. So if you take. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Conversation.
What are you talking about? This is a great theoretical
Wait,
conversation.
so if you have a regular gorilla, right? Just a regular gorilla. A silverback, we'll take a silverback, right? Most powerful gorilla, fine. If you take one that's 5 years old and another one that's 5 years old, what's the difference between the two? Right? They're both the same equal amount of strength, right?
Yeah, so it'd be
Roughly,
skill or...
So then how do they dictate who's the leader of the, I don't even know
One
what.
with one.
Whoever doesn't get tired first.
Right, okay, so it's really just luck at that point, right? Like lions.
There you go,
It's
yeah.
just, okay. So if you take that average ass gorilla, and I'm not average, right? I'm a juicy dude. Matthew might be average. He's a little bit skinnier now. Jorn is average, right? You take 100 Jorns and fight that one 5-year-old gorilla. I'm sorry. We're not talking about people that know how to punch, that average ass people.
See,
I
but
don't think it would matter. I don't think
I
it
think
would
you're
matter.
missing-
Change normal people and put 100 UFC fighters in there. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, you're not going to get him. Could you
I
get a
don't know.
gorilla
I
in an
think you're
armbar?
missing some crucial.
It's going to take 2 people to do that.
Woo!
There's some crucial information missing from all of this. Are the humans working together? Because we are group hunters as
Right.
well. So if you have 5 people holding down the gorilla, Each arm, 5 people. Each leg, 5 people. They might struggle,
Without-
but they're gonna hold down a gorilla.
Without tools, it's not gonna be easy.
Wait, hold on. Wait. But hold on. Think about it. So you have one gorilla, right, in the center. And he's surrounded, what do we say, 100 people? He's surrounded by 100 people. Even the initial circle around him, what are you going to get? 15? 10, 20 people? You're not going to get 100, right? It's not like it's a square. You got to close in on him. So the closer you get, the less people that are going to be around him. So there could only be a maximum of 15, 20 people fighting him at one time.
Yeah. But look at it this way, Jay. So you're a strong dude, right?
Not as a gorilla.
No.
But
Just for an example, you're a strong dude. You get into a fight with a dude that's twice as strong as you, right?
Right.
Which means if it's pure force on force, you're gonna lose.
Correct.
He's gonna swing you like the gorilla did the people.
Sure.
Right? Now, take 2 other of you, take 3 people that take down that one guy. He's gonna go down.
He's right, because think of a UFC fight, right? You got 2 people that are quote unquote evenly weight,
I don't see it.
evenly skilled, and you still have within the first minute they're like, they're out of breath. and
These are
everything.
people, right? These are-
Exactly. You don't think an animal is going to be out of breath
no.
after 100 people are attacking him?
Wait, hold on, backtrack. Let's start over. Have you watched 2 silverbacks fight? Like 2 male silverbacks fight? That's not
I
10
can't say that I
seconds.
have.
Oh shit. That's not 10 seconds.
How
bro.
long did they go for?
Oh, I don't know. Like 9 minutes?
There's nobody in between those rounds that goes, yo, go
Pause.
to your
Time out.
corner.
Hold on.
just-
Like ridiculous.
I don't know. I've never seen 2 silverbacks going at it, and I didn't think that they would go on for 10 minutes. That's exhausting.
This is a short though, but here, let me just show you how fucking violent they are in that fight. Yo.
That doesn't look like that. Yeah, that looks like 2 people sparring.
Okay. Get in between
Okay,
that.
yeah, it's not this
Oh
one.
no, I'm not getting in between them. No way. No. Bad idea.
What would happen if a
They're dying.
human and a gorilla faced each other? When it comes to punch strength, the average boxer's punch has about 776 pounds of force, while a gorilla can punch up to 2,700 pounds. They can effortlessly
fuck!
break bones. In terms of weightlift, world's strongest man was able to lift 1,100 pounds. But a gorilla would be able to lift 1,800 pounds easily. And when it comes to bench press, they would be able to press weights up to 4,800 pounds, completely shattering the current human bench press record of 782 pounds. What would
Okay, so that's a really good example because he's comparing him to Eddie Hall, which is not an average dude, right? That's not an average dude. That average dude ain't gonna go lift 1,800 fucking pounds.
And you also need time to get to that weight. You don't just magically wake up one morning and say, "I'm gonna bench press 2K."
And you see the speed? Like, do you see the speed of them? That's not.
They were running. They were running.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I really don't. And you really want to throw it in the mix? Take the 1 million men, 10,000 gorillas, but on that 1 million men, they have 1 gorilla in there, like to help the men. You might have a chance. Because he's preoccupied with the gorilla so the other guys can do some shit.
So the other
Sign
guys
language.
deal with 9 gorillas.
You go get him.
Yeah,
Coco.
yeah, you just go help. You go help them. Yeah, I just don't see it.
Coco?
Yes,
Oh, that's a great name.
I know. That's what I would call it.
I don't know. I really do feel like 100 men would be able to take down 1 gorilla.
What if you lump in some elephants with the humans? I mean, if we're talking
I
diversity.
think it would be different if we had tools. Even untrained people.
A spear is
would have a
unfair.
chance.
It's unfair. A spear is
Yeah,
unfair. You could throw that.
It's like-
Give him like a sock
Okay,
with
but-
nickels in it or something. You know, some.
But my mindset is if you've never thrown that before, it's not that easy. So you're gonna miss.
You don't even have to throw it. Just go at him with it.
Why not give him swords?
Oh, you're
I mean,
coming-
I feel like that's unfair. I feel like something bludgeon, right? Like a club or what are you shaking your head at, Matthew?
A rock. Give him a rock.
At that point, give him a 50 cal and a minigun.
Oh, they would have taken him out like this.
Look,
No issue.
the idea is average dudes versus average gorillas. And I don't think there's a difference between any other. Like, if you take 10 5-year-old gorillas, they're all going to be the same. They're all going to be the same. A 10-year-old versus a 5-year-old, yes, the 10 will be stronger, wiser, know how to fight better than the young guy, obviously.
So no bats, but what about brass knuckles?
Do they feel
First
pain?
of all, 9
like,
out of 10
are they
people
going
don't
to
even
feel
know how
our
to use
punch? If their average punch was what? What did he say? 1,900 pounds? So if their average punch is 19,
we had less than 1,000. It was like
no,
700
ours was
something.
776. What was
Yes.
the gorilla?
Yes. No, it was like
1900.
1,400 or something?
20 something, 20 something hundred.
Okay, so
It was
so
almost
do you
4 times
really
the amount.
think he's gonna feel the 800 that we do?
No.
Just assuming now it's 15 people hitting him at once with brass knuckles on.
But that's the problem, Jorn. 9 out of 10 people don't know how to use brass knuckles correctly. They'll probably break their hand.
Yes, that's the argument. Is they're average people. They don't know. Do they know how to fight? I don't know. You know, whatever. You just take the same variables for every person, and I don't think an average dude honestly knows how to fight. An average
they don't.
dude you're just looking at some. He probably never saw a fight, so he doesn't know. And instinctively, he's gonna get his ass kicked.
That's why people break their fingers.
Yes. Even boxer fractures, right? Like, and they
Yes.
know how to punch. So,
That's the stupidest thing. Why do people do that? You're gonna
What,
break your
stick-
thumb first hit.
Stick your thumb in. I've seen it being done, like making a fist and tucking your thumb in. So you're gonna break your thumb. That's the first.
Spade, aren't you the one that have the
Natural, right?
argument of gorilla versus bear? Aren't you that one that me and you had that conversation that you think a bear is more powerful than a gorilla? Wasn't that you?
Well, because it wasn't me, but I could say that a bear has claws, while a gorilla doesn't have as strong as claws as a bear.
Ooh. Like a
Remember,
grizzly bear
gorillas have
versus a
nails
gorilla.
like we do. They don't have claws. Bears have claws to rip open shit. Gorillas eat bananas. They don't need to
that
fight
the
like that.
vegetarian part means nothing. That means
No,
absolutely.
but what I'm
fuck
saying
all.
is like what they used to eat. It's easier for them with their hands to open up a banana. A bear doesn't need to do that. It could claw through anything.
I don't know, bro. I don't. The mere strength. I don't know if does a gorilla grab, because it looks like they do a lot of punching and smacking. Do they grab and
Grab,
break?
well.
Oh, they do. They'll grab and snap.
I'm sure
Oh,
if they can grab you, yeah. They can't grab another gorilla, but I'm sure they could grab a human being.
what combat said, I think once the first guy gets hit with a 2,700 pound punch, the other ones are leaving. That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, probably.
Nope.
You know, Mr. Beast should test this out. Tell a person whoever can survive fighting a gorilla out of 1,000 people
Yeah, but
can get $1 million.
There's also a difference, right? There's got to be a difference between a gorilla that is now raised in captivity or a wild one.
Yes. Oh, yes. I feel like the one that's in the wild is going to be much more violent. Much more violent.
And probably also a lot more muscle mass, right? Because he's using it.
But
He's
are they,
fighting
though?
other males. Yeah, he's protecting his. Yeah. I don't know. We watched that chimp shit when Jordan was here. This whole chimp thing on HBO. It was wild, man. What was it called?
Chimp crazy.
It's like all these people with the underground chimp, and like they were showing the chimp strength, like how strong they are, and that's a
Yeah,
chimpanzee. I think if you put a chimpanzee and a gorilla in there, that gorilla's gonna throw that fucking
chimp
thing around like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
like a
called
toy.
Chimp Crazy.
Must watch.
Yeah, it is. It is wild, bro. Like, oh.
The same guy who produced Tiger King did
Yep.
Chimp Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same
and
director.
that's why nobody wanted to talk to him from the chimp world, because they saw what he did with Tiger King. It's really
Tiger,
good.
yeah.
Like, it's really good. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, if you think about it, humans have always been weak. The only reason why we survived because we
'Cause
had
we're
the
small.
brain power,
Yeah.
and humans are endurance hunters, so we'll chase something until it drops.
Right.
We use the brain or we use tools because a human.
Are we endurance? I think we're more intelligent than endurance. No.
Yeah, so we use brain power.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
use
definitely that
endurance.
over endurance.
Yeah, endurance and working together in groups, and you use tools. That's the way.
I showed you the video, right? Of the three African dudes. So they with the what are the
With the
lions?
lion?
Yeah, with the lion, where the lions attack the wildebeest, the wildebeest, and they're just standing there and they walk up to the lions, and the lions like, we don't know what the fuck this is. Let's leave.
Boop.
Yeah, and they cut the leg off. So I think we're more smarter, but I think in a raw brute force sense, I just don't see it. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't. I
It
don't.
doesn't even make sense because we walking upright, every vital organ is exposed.
Yep. So one hit, one scratch,
have-
one claw, as we're
We
just
don't have
standing
a
there.
we don't have a thick skin, a skin that's thick enough to be any protection. Literally, we don't have a fur that can protect you. We
Right.
don't have huge fangs.
Yeah, we're
We
not
don't have
designed to
claws.
fight. Like if you if you
No.
look at our bodies, we're not designed to be you know.
If
Brutal
humanity
fighting.
would have
Humans
never
have
gotten
some
the
extra
brain
layers.
power, we would all be extinct. It would never have happened.
Exactly, but that's why we evolved in the brain. That's why we evolved. We evolved from the brain thing because now we can think how to outmaneuver or how to do something else against another animal or person.
Funny
Again,
thing
some
is
of
though,
us do.
the brain power enhanced because at some point we started coming down, or whatever you want. We started eating meat.
Wait, so you're saying we got stupider?
No.
we
That's
got
when
smarter.
that's when brain power increased significantly.
Okay, I get you. So, but like, think about a hunter, right? A hunter always uses tools to kill its to kill its prey, right? Whether that prey is faster,
To name him or
even
something.
if even if we're talking about rabbits, right? That's smaller than us. We have to use some type of trap, or you don't have anybody out there running after a rabbit to grab it and eat it, right?
We're not
just don't
Rocky
see
fighting
that.
chickens.
Which tells me that animal's gonna, in any case, even chickens, right? In any case, the weakest animal is faster than us. Let's go bare basics. So that
Yes.
gorilla, based off that 2-second burst there, whatever that was, I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna side with the gorilla, the one gorilla. I think he's got it.
Well, that's why Rocky was training to catch chickens. He had to be as quick as a chicken.
But
Yeah,
you
but a
can't catch
chicken is
chickens.
doable. I mean, a chicken is doable. Let's be honest.
Eventually, yes, but you're not going to catch a rabbit. There is no fucking way you're going to be able to run around in a circle in a room. Even if you're in a one room and there's a rabbit just running around.
When's the
only
last
you're
time
going to
you?
catch it-
When's the last time you hunted, Spade?
Or ran.
Or
ran like full burst ran or just
oh yeah,
like, just
oh yeah,
like a
run,
little-
run, like you are
On a cruise.
you are about to
Like
die. When's the last time you ran?
Oh, it might have been like a decade ago
Oh,
or more.
bro, last time I ran was probably 20 years ago. I might run to the toilet
From a gorilla.
from a gorilla.
No,
Oh,
that's not
fuck
fast
that.
Right.
Still, you're not going to be even in a room. You're not going to catch a rabbit running around by itself, and you in here trying to catch it.
Yeah, I don't think
You're
they
gonna
run out of energy. They don't. They just like, cause they'll hop and then they'll build that energy back up and then hop again.
Wait for the
So,
meter to go up.
Yeah, it's just, you're just not gonna catch it.
And a rabbit can do like 180 degrees like this. So they're going straight, then all of a sudden they're going to the left, and then they're going to the right.
Yeah, mobility.
And they turn on a dime.
Yeah, and you're going to end up falling onto a wall or something, knocking yourself out.
Almost
Okay,
there.
say, well, hold on. You say we didn't. Since we're talking about it, how fast do you think a gorilla is? Running.
Ooh.
I bet you nobody gets this right because I would have never guessed that.
Well, humans,
looks
humans,
pretty
the fastest
fast.
human is what? 27 miles an hour, right?
Who?
Isn't that?
Usain
Isn't
Bolt?
that, yeah, isn't he like 27 miles an hour or some shit?
No.
No?
And if it is, that's
Not even
burst.
close?
Like that's no. Isn't it like 15 or something?
15, 16, 17 maybe?
27 top speed. That's his.
Oh, see, I
top
was right.
speed.
Okay.
27.8.
And that was
60
Usain
meter.
Bolt for 60 meters.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that gorillas are at least.
Oh, that's not even at. It took him 60 meters to get to that speed. That's not. It's 100 meter at
Acceleration.
60 meters. He was at 27, then slowed down. He didn't get faster from 60 to 100. That's
No.
the top. Yeah, he hit 27. Fuck it, I'm out. But okay, again, not an
Gorillas
average
have to be
dude.
At least 5 times.
Again,
Five
not
times
an
more than
average
that.
dude. That's one dude that is above everybody else, right? You broke a record, so we can't use him. Average person runs at what? I don't know.
5.
No, are
Oh,
we that
that's walking
slow?
speed.
We're talking about average.
Yeah, but that's walking.
There's
I think
There's a
anything
certain
from
part
3 to
of the
5 is
world
walking
that drags
speed, right?
that average down.
Oh, that is not. That you can't because it's pulling up the. If you look up average speed human being running, it shows 28 because of Usain Bolt.
Right, but also later on when you go.
Okay, so
further
12
down-
miles per hour is generally considered extremely fast. So 10 miles per hour is what an average human being runs. Okay, a gorilla is 25. Just give you an idea.
So it's not that much faster.
And
I mean, it's
average
faster,
running
yes.
speed?
Go
Right.
ride a bicycle 10 miles per hour, then ride a motorcycle 25 miles per hour, and you tell me the difference.
Do you want better? Have somebody go 25 miles an hour and you next to it and try to keep up.
Yes.
But again, we don't know how long the gorilla could last
Right.
at that
Right.
25
Sure.
miles an hour.
Sure.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's probably.
Probably not long. It's
He
short
already
burst.
caught you. Does it matter? Can you go another round? Would you catch
Can
an
you do
ass?
the same thing?
You're
you do
also
with the-
assuming that those 100 people are all gung ho, average people, continually attacking the gorilla. You don't think that human beings, again, going back to what Maddie said, were smarter? Oh, shit. You know, he took out 30 of us already. Am I really going to go in? I know I'm not. And I can't run, so I might as well go in.
Yeah, at a certain point, I feel like people will go, time out, let's huddle up, let's discuss.
Let's figure it
tactics,
out.
or we
There's
keep-
not enough time to do that. The gorilla's not going to stop because you said time out.
They can understand sign language.
Oh, yeah. Time out, guys.
I'm trying to think what we've actually ate as human beings that's slow. It's not cows.
Even insects are fast. Our speed
yeah.
is not as fast
Like,
as
what did
insects either.
cavemen? What did cavemen before they had tools? What did they use? They just
That's why they were
walked up on it?
that's why they were gatherers. That's why they were vegetarian.
Yeah, and like dead things,
Oh, carcass like scavengers?
scavenging.
Yeah, like-
Yeah.
Didn't they, at a certain point also use
Opportunistic.
bones as tools?
Use what?
Bones as tools.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess you-
rocks, bones,
Uh,
sticks, whatever.
Yep.
Phillips screwdrivers, all that.
Phillips screwdriver.
Dart guns.
That was a couple of
Yes,
years
the
later.
Neanderthals had screwdrivers.
Communication.
They used the
Fire.
fire first.
Fire
Fire.
Fire scares animals quick, though.
scares people pretty quick too. You ever been in a house that's on fire?
No,
You're not
I've seen a
hanging
house
out.
go on fire, but I've never
I
been
with
inside when the
with
flame
a
is on.
gorilla, I feel like you're gonna be there with a torch, and I see the gorilla do this. I'm like, that's cute.
If you look at it, it says that humans have more cardio endurance, but we exchange that for our strength. So some people are saying that gorilla would tire more quickly, and then you would
See?
only need like a dozen people or so to
Come
to
on.
down the gorilla.
I don't know, man. If they
Well,
could punch
I-
at 2,700,
in the end, it's all speculation, right? People's opinions and
Yeah, how do we set
speculation,
this
but
up? I think that's the better question: is how do we
I'm
make
telling
this
you,
happen?
Mr. Beast, call Mr. Beast and be like, "Yo, we
It's not
need."
average. You can't use them. You can't use them.
You have to
No,
find
no.
average ass people on the street.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, you want $1 million? You got to fight a gorilla. Come on.
I don't think a lot of people are gonna sign up for this.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be like, "Okay, sure, I'll
No,
figure out." a way
I
to
don't.
do
I
it."
don't. No, because this is death. Right, this is imminent death. He's not gonna just smack you away.
Well, there's gonna be a couple of people sign up, and it's gonna go like exactly like we said before. You gotta, let's say, 50 people that sign up. The first one is gonna get pulled apart, and the rest is.
That's
gonna-
it.
Run away.
Hey, who's gonna be the
think you
first
have
guy that
to-
charges in? Like, who's that guy?
Yeah,
Who's
but
the
so
guy that says
that also
go?
means that motivation is a big
You- a
thing.
person
So you
with
have
a
to
mullet.
take like
It's gonna
100
be a
people.
person with a-
You have to take like 100 people and go like, well, either you're gonna do life in prison, or you're gonna be executed, or you're gonna fight the gorilla.
Oh, I like
and
that.
take your chances. Because if you just go fight a gorilla, people are going, are you nuts? I'm gone.
See, I sign up for that, right? But that's for our. Why? Okay, that's a good segue. I like that. Why in old times, right? Roman times, they would take prisoners and make them fight shit like in an arena, and everybody would
Gladiators.
watch.
Yeah, make
That's
them into
okay.
gladiators.
Why can't you do that now? These people aren't in there for the rest of their life anyway. Why not?
Well, it
This
goes
is-
against it goes against the death penalty, right? Because you're
No.
putting them.
No, you
in
don't
a-
have
in a
to do it.
situation-
No, you don't
Right.
have to do it. Spade, you're in for 999 years. I'm in for 999 years. Me and you fight. If I win,
Okay.
they deduct 30 years off of my 999 years. I win again, another. Essentially, I can balance out. And now that I've balanced out, I don't get released, but I get freedom. I get women. I'm on house arrest. They put shackles on me, and I could do this. Why can't you do something like that today? It's not
Right,
against
but
human
are you-
rights. They're both
But
signing
you're not
up
killing
for it.
anybody, right? You're not killing anybody.
Well,
You're just
I didn't
knocking
say
them out.
no. You
See,
got to
there you
win
go.
the fight. But you signed up for the fight, so it doesn't matter who. If you're both signing up, why not? Do you know how many views that would
I don't
get
see the
on
issue.
TV?
Televise that?
on TV.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Because that
You'd be
would
able
my
to pay
next
for
argument
everything for these
is
people. These
it
people
was
could live like
live.
millionaires inside a jail cell.
It was live. People
Wait,
would
say
go
that again,
there.
Jordan?
That was the event. That was the event. People will go there to see that. I don't think we have that want anymore. Now, if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing
Crazy.
it, sure.
What?
you
People
have-
will watch.
No,
People will-
no, people will watch, but not people gonna go travel. It was an event. Like people would travel.
People
Oh.
go do this for UFC
Yeah, but you don't
fights.
even. Hold on, but you don't even
They're
have
not going
to
to go
do-
for.
Hold on. You don't
Same.
even have to do it that way. Don't do it because someone might get bloody in the first row. Don't do it that way. Set up like I don't know, like a dome in the
Pay-per-view.
middle of the Sahara Desert, right? Like it doesn't have to
Pay-per-view.
be. Yeah, just do it all online. You like the movie Condemned, where you got to pick who's gonna win the shit, bro. You want money? Done.
And
You
then,
make billions.
like
off of
in
that.
what is it, the fire trials or whatever, where you can sponsor one of the fighters and give him a better weapon or something like that. That's even more cash.
That's kind of cool. No, but I think just there was a movie too like that where they were all. I always try to remember this movie where they drop them off in a field and then there's just random weapons that just put. It's not Hunger Game. The Hunt. Yes, that's it. Yeah, yeah,
With the box.
Movie.
yeah. That's just like
DraftKings would
just
have
like a fucking grenade launcher and then a saw. What-
DraftKings would make millions off of this. All the betting that would be happening on that.
I don't even see how that's cruel and unusual punishment. If both of the people say yes,
Signed up for it.
then what's the problem?
Well, you're gonna have other people that are not those people complaining for those people that it's not
Oh, so it's nothing new. Yeah, it's the usual shit.
Humanitarian or whatever.
But it's not mixed, right?
No,
do you mean?
it's. What do you mean mixed? Like 10 gorillas versus one dude? What? Do you,
No. In this scenario, it's people, right?
yeah.
They're
It's
convicts,
we're
and
yeah
then
we're
and
convicts.
what I mean
Yep.
with mixed, it's just males, right?
Yeah. It's females
okay,
can do it too. It's just female and female. And then if a
Yeah,
female
yeah.
wants to fight a male, go for it, and they both sign off on it. I don't understand if we're at a point in our societal situation that we feel that everybody could be what they want to be or who they want to be. Why can't two people consensually agree to fight till death? Why not?
We're
And
all
I feel
equal.
like
So.
right now the technology is definitely there. You got your drones, you got your compact
Oh,
cameras
yeah.
you can put everywhere. It's basically now or never.
Well,
You just
see,
you just buy an old football station, put some barbed wire on the top and some other fences. You just throw them in, give them some boards with some nails through it or whatever.
Oh, I would want to
but
change it up. I would
so
have like a piece of jungle that is
different
like
arenas, different
sealed.
settings. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Like a
an
video
old
game.
village. Yes.
Yes, like
Old
Street
village
Fighter.
that's set up. Yep.
Yes.
Not Street Fighter. Well, it was more thinking like.
So
keeping
you're
it
thinking like
urban.
Condemned, where it's not one-on-one. It's like every man for himself with 20 people.
Ah, that'd be boring.
Nah, see, I don't think
that
that's fair. Because look at Condemned, right? Like, without spoiling a movie, you would have two people gang up on one. That's not right.
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is to be
You need
fair.
equal footing. Yeah, you need equal
to
footing.
televise that,
I
Jordan.
don't think that would happen, honestly.
No, but if you want to
That was the
televise
Roman.
it's
that
going to
was
be a
the-
lot more difficult than just having an open space like an arena and having everybody can see. There's nowhere you can hide.
That's
if you
it.
do
But
the
if-
village,
if
you got a guy
only
that's
one
killing
person
everybody and
can-
nobody
can-
sees anything.
He's
If
hiding
only
behind a
one
door,
person can-
smacking people that walk in with a stick. Yeah, no, that's not fair. Like, that's
But that's the problem, though. People will complain about that because they'll say, "Oh, well, they're only doing it because you gave them no other option. You gave them life in prison or do this, and we'll take."
that is an option. You can stay in jail for the.
They'll say that it's inhumane.
I even subscribe to the fact of instead of doing a draft, this is what I said in 2003. Take all of the people that not are serving life because it's only 25 years. Take all the people that are whatever in there for 500 years, never getting out.
Multiple
Give them a
license.
fucking buck knife and just a parachute and kick them off of the plane over Iraq. Go. Like, just whatever happens, bro. You take it, let us know. We got you. You know, okay, they
I
died.
like that idea.
Next. What? Now you're paying your debt to society. You know, you're.
Yes, and if you come back, we'll let you go.
No, you can't come back. You have to take over. You have to take Iraq over.
Ooh.
But it's probably
Right. If they win and take it over, they could come back.
it's
Oh no, just stay there.
probably-
Stay
They
in
stay
Iraq.
there. Yeah. You
Oh,
stay there.
okay.
Yeah. You could stay there. Eat all their camels.
There's
and
your
everything.
freedom.
It's
Yes.
going to be the Karens in the world that are going to be opposed to that. Just as they are opposed to boxing matches, still people try to cancel those or try to get those.
Damn, but by that time you're a million or maybe even $1 trillion business. Go ahead.
Do you think we'll ever bring that back?
Protest.
Like, do you think there'll ever be a situation where we bring back those kind? No.
Well,
For
Everybody's
now already,
everybody's
well-
crucified.
WhatsApp groups and social media posts because that language is sensitive. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see gladiators anytime soon.
No.
Oh,
You
you're
really
saying
think so,
yes?
Matthew?
You think it would come back?
I think there's a possibility. Yeah.
Maybe in 100 years, not in our
You're
lifetime.
saying like a fallout from a World War III? Is that what you're thinking, Matthew? Or are you thinking like meteor hits the Earth and whatever's left,
Some
let's fight?
future where it's a little more dystopian and people have to scrounge for food and for resources and everything. That
wouldn't
would
be
be able to
entertainment
come
then,
back.
right?
Or if you get a lot of
it
overpopulation.
would be survival. Yes, Jordan.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be entertainment. It'd be
then
survival.
anymore for the average person because the average person is now poor. He's only focused on survival. He's not gonna sit there and watch that kind of sport or have a TV or
No,
whatever.
but we're not saying sit there and watch if the whole gladiator thing, if that would come back.
Right.
So people fighting each other in the arena. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, there's a possibility that something like
In
that
our
could come back.
lifetime?
No, not maybe not in our lifetime. I don't think so. But could it happen? Yeah.
So it kind of segues into that. I was talking to the people that were here this week, or this past week or weekend. I was saying that this is kind of political, but I'll change real quick. That I think that China and Russia are going to get together and attack us.
I believe that. I can believe that.
Physical
happening.
attack?
However
Even
you want to,
economical.
label
Even
that physical.
economical, they could do that.
Yeah, whatever. The New World War.
Coalition, yeah. War.
Remember,
I don't know.
wars now don't have to be physical. You could literally just bankrupt somebody's economy and you take over that country.
Well,
you could do
they
that.
didn't
now.
really need to get together to get that in motion. Leadership.
They've
has
always
done
been
that for
together.
you.
Yeah.
Why do you think now all of a sudden? Because like Russia, let's be fair, Putin has always shown restraint.
I just
Because he's
think
got the
this-
Chinese backing him. He knows if he needs
and North
something, he's
Korea,
got that
right?
backup.
And North Korea. You got three: North Korea, China, and Russia.
Yeah, but how many people are North Korea though?
Well, the problem is if you
Yeah,
got
but they're loyal.
Come
Russia,
on.
North Korea, and China, that some other countries over yonder might fall into line as well. Might follow suit.
And keep in mind, most of the countries you just mentioned, they still are very proud to carry a certain nationality. 50% of the people in the States don't even want to be in the States or are disgusted by the fact that they are in
Amen to
America.
that.
Those people are
Amen.
loyal to that country. Don't
Amen to
underestimate them when
Yeah,
they
but
invade
that's-
you or fight you.
Amen. Amen.
That's the Russian long game from the Cold War, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the Japanese, right? World War II. Had to drop a bomb in order to get them to surrender. Not just one either. Like,
Ah, but those are
Kamikaze
field-
pilots
oh.
came from Japan. I mean, these
yeah,
people
but that
wouldn't die for their
wait,
country just.
Whoa, that's not as easy as what you think. A lot of those people didn't want to do that. Get in planes and just
They still did it for their country, though.
Well,
They had no
Family was
choice,
also
but they-
threatened.
well,
So-
Yeah, there's more to that story. There's
Yeah,
more to
but-
that. There's many
Have you-
people that did not do it and chose to die instead
Okay,
of
fine.
Have
Flip
you-
it. Flip it.
Hey,
Think
have
of-
you
think
ever
of
seen a
Muslim
documentary
extremists
on
who blow themselves
kamikaze
up?
pilots?
Yeah, if you watch documentaries, bro, like ones that survived and they talk, no, they didn't want to do it.
Fine, but look at Muslim extremists who blow themselves up.
Yeah, but that's not for a country. That's for a belief.
Yeah, it's a
Right, but the belief started in their country.
Yeah, but a belief is not really tied to a certain specific region.
No, we talked about this last week or the week before. Usually,
Certainly,
what you are
there's-
religiously you are
there's a
from
majority,
whatever country you're
yes.
from.
But there's Muslims spread over the entirety of
Yeah.
the world. Same for Christians. So you
Right, but I'm not
can't
saying
go-
that there's a
well,
Muslim
that's-
terrorist living in Nebraska. But there's the better chance of having a Muslim extremist terrorist who's living in
Probability,
Iraq.
yes.
You understand?
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I'm
Sure.
saying.
Yeah. But even then, it's not. It's a loyalty. It's a different kind of loyalty,
Yeah.
and it's also not in droves, right? It's a low
No, I don't think so.
number.
Low numbers.
We're talking
yeah.
an entire population that gets mobilized to fight for their country. It's a little different than two guys like, I'm bored, let's do this jacket.
Let's go.
I think
go-
China would go for Australia as well to expand.
Australia, really?
That would be interesting.
They would go down south like that?
I think
It's
they
a
might.
perfect harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your navy.
I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought China would go to Australia. Somehow I always thought Japan would.
Japan is slowly collapsing on itself. I don't think they're thinking about expanding or anything. They're barely holding on.
Yeah, they can't even repopulate. So. Yeah, no. I think Japan needs to worry about having children before they worry about taking over shit that you don't have the people for it. Yeah, I don't think so. You just look at all the mobilization. I don't know if you guys have looked at like topographical map of where America's at, of how we're over by Taiwan, how we're in North Africa. I'm gonna sound like a liberal.
Something is about, or people in the know,
Yes.
because that thing where the richest of the rich all started, well, even the normal rich started building bunkers and underground things and whatever.
Yeah,
That's
but that
still
was
stuck
during
in my
COVID,
mind.
though.
There is a reason for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
but
not
that
just
started
on a
because of
whim.
COVID.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
gonna.
have to build it before
No,
it
no.
happens.
Yeah, you have to
So
build it
COVID
many
was
years
already
before it
going.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't.
COVID
Well,
was
yeah, Bill
already on
Gates
the
bought
way.
so much property, right? How much property did Bill Gates buy before COVID dropped? Like back in 18
Like
and 19,
I'm gonna
2019?
sound crazy. I'm thinking like in the next 10 years, some shit's about to happen.
Yeah, there's something going down we're not privy to.
Yeah, like big. I'm not talking
Yeah.
small, like big.
Either
Big.
collapse of society, natural disaster, something
Something.
hitting the earth or
Natural
whatever,
disaster
or
is really
war.
hard to
There's something
predict.
in the works that's brewing.
Well,
I
we
mean,
didn't have COVID in our bingo card, and that showed up out of nowhere. So it could be
That was an
anything.
accident.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you guys subscribe to the fact that that was planted still? Oh.
No,
Of course
not
it
really.
was.
Okay.
Of course
Okay.
it was
I was
planted.
But I will
You can't
100%
truly
go
believe
with
that
incompetence.
someone was like, yeah,
Incompetence.
let's corrupt all of the world and
Have
lose
you not watched the
money.
movie Outbreak? I think it was Outbreak with the monkey.
That's Dustin Hoffman. Yeah. Wouldn't
Yeah.
you go Contagion?
Yeah, that's Contagion is more accurate than Outbreak,
Ooh.
right?
Sure. Okay. Fine.
There's no
but
monkey
again,
involved in this one.
there was a bat involved, right?
Bat and a pig.
so-
so
that-
then what's your train of thought then, Spade? It's to thin out world population. It's a weapons test,
It's a
or
test.
it's a
It was a
test
test
to see how
a test to
readiness
see how,
test.
yeah, to see how well the people will listen to what we tell them what to do, and
But
to see how many
Implemented
people
by
can go.
who? Implemented by who?
Shadow
The
government.
people. Yeah, there's
No,
always a shadow government.
Who? Someone had to say, no, well, maybe not who. Who is in regards to
What?
country? Like,
They.
what country was like, yes, let's see how much we can fuck up?
I don't think it was a
well,
specific country. I think
yeah,
it was a
it's
specific set of
in
people.
the conspiracy theories, it's not country based. There is a shadow government that
People above
wants to
everything
rule
else.
the entire world, and
Yes.
then
Which most
yada,
people will
yada,
say
yada.
it's the Illuminati. That's what most people would say.
You guys are too much. John, you're on board with this?
Well, why can't you believe that? Hold on. Why can't you believe that though? Why can't they? It can't be believable.
So, do you think the Spanish flu and the Black Plague, those are all planted too?
Sure. Why not? Yeah. the
Shut
black
up.
guys,
Come
yeah.
on. Come
Spanish
on.
flu is a
Why not?
Spanish flu is a bit weird because that started
Come
on the
on,
same
Maddie.
day in 3 different places in the world.
Okay. Okay, but we didn't have the technology today that we had in the 1900s, right, when the Spanish flu happened. Okay, so clearly it's not your shadow government like, oh, let's make a Spanish flu and wipe out half the population, right?
I don't
so,
know. You don't
come
know.
on. Yo, you guys watch too much Alex Jones,
my
man.
question still stands. My question
Yeah.
still stands.
Making
What
a
makes
frog
you
gay.
think? What makes you think that it's not possible?
That it's not possible?
Yeah, that
Nothing.
there is no shadow government above everybody
Nothing.
else.
I didn't say that it's not possible.
Right,
I'm
but you're saying that,
that
you don't believe the theory.
Yeah, yes,
it's not-
no, I do not. I do not think that someone was like, let's test some shit out and see how many businesses and money everybody can lose. Everybody can lose. No, I don't think anybody, no. That's
But
the
the
dumbest
uber
thing.
rich didn't lose. The uber rich didn't lose anything. They still
you
gained
talking
it back.
What are you
They were
talking
able to.
about? What are you,
What?
what are you, Warren Buffett lost like $625 million. What do you mean nobody lost
He's still the
money?
richest man in the world. It doesn't make a difference.
Hey,
And
it
you
does-
lost.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Everybody lost money. Real estate lost money. Everybody lost money. Businesses, corporations, everybody.
But how many businesses were bought?
Except for
China.
the people that were making the vaccines.
Yeah, China was the only country that ended with a positive GDP.
Is that
Yeah,
accurate?
because they don't
Just
care
China?
about their people.
Yes. Yes,
Keep working, guys. Keep working.
because where were all the masks?
But
coming
China
from?
lost a lot of people too. But China lost a lot of
Well,
people.
They can afford it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if we're
They
going by
don't feel it.
percentages, it's not really much, right? It's very little. But
No.
still, you lost a lot of people. I don't think anybody if anybody at this point is truly doubting that COVID is real, you're a fucking idiot. Okay, it's obviously real. Is it as extreme as what it makes it out to be? I don't know.
No.
But I don't think that somebody or a company or a government was like, let's create this and see how much havoc we can create. That's ridiculous.
Look at it this way.
The-
At a certain point in time, the flu that we were used to, it was new as well. It
Right.
probably claimed a lot of people's lives.
Sure. But that
So
wasn't
the only
created by the
thing that
government.
COVID was a new generation of the flu.
I understand, but listen to what you just said. So that's just natural, right? That's just a natural.
Mother Nature
thing.
said we got to kill some of you guys.
Right.
There's way too many people around here.
I don't
Oh,
think
but
the
that's something
government's
that's
out there
always
creating
happened,
flus.
right? Look at the Middle Ages. Look at in history, if people crowd together in places where there's too much people at the same time and the
Something
same
happens.
place, Mother Nature always finds some way to thin
Sure.
them out. Look at
Sure.
the Black Plague,
Sure.
whatever. It's always been that way.
So I'm saying that's
And
why I
the
don't
Black
think it
Plague
was.
started on boats, right?
The problem with that is it's just not easy to control.
With COVID, or you're saying like biological weapons?
Any biological weapon, you just release that in the wild, and then let's see. This is a little experiment.
Well,
it can go
how many
either
rich
way.
people died from COVID, and how many normal
That's
people died?
because
from
they're
COVID?
not hanging out with the normal population. That is just simple. They're not hanging out in McDonald's, Spade.
Okay,
They're not-
all right, I give you that. Fine.
Yeah, but a lot of rich people did die on COVID.
Did
though.
they?
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't look into people's financial statuses when they were dying.
For some reason, you're worried about it now because you think that the COVID was.
Well, now I'm
created.
wondering if how many rich people actually did die from COVID.
You don't think Maddie's point was just good that there's always something that happens that people die and that's just that you know.
Yes.
And
yes,
because
yes.
we were able, did you hear the new thing with the heart that they actually came out and set like the new thing that just came out 3 days ago? Did you see it, Maddie, with the heart and the COVID vaccine?
Oh yeah, it
That is-
attacks
I didn't-
the heart and
Yeah, that it's 100% official now. Like
yeah, but
COVID vaccine.
I've
fucked your
known
heart up, period.
I've known that for like 2 years now.
I understand that, but I'm
That
just
was
saying.
the
But
rumor
now
back then.
they're coming out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is now it's not a rumor. Now it is 100% validated. Oh shit! Now what?
Yeah.
Now what? Okay.
Nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
I was fine before I got the vaccine. Well, fine.
Yeah,
I had a heart problem, but it was always stable until after the vaccine, and then it all went downhill.
And you can't sue or nothing, right? That's it.
Nope.
No, you can't.
Every
And like I said,
single country has signed
um,
that deal.
3 different doctors I went to. They didn't say it flat outright, but the reaction was there, and they knew. They just they weren't allowed to go like, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's now they apparently they are, but the cardiologist, he was like, yeah. The other doctor from
That's why it's hard for me to believe that that was set up by a government, right? Because the government, if that was the case, the government would have had the vaccines already. They wouldn't have done the rush to try to get those vaccines out if it was the government.
Well, they did rush because what is it, like 3 months after they started giving out
I,
vaccines?
no, I'm not saying rush. I'm talking about like they're ready when it pops off.
Oh, well, they had to make it look like they weren't ready.
Come on. Who do you watch?
How-
Who do you watch on YouTube
What?
where you get this
it's
information?
not. It's not. That's not the point. You have to think of it realistically. Like all of a sudden, we were able to produce in 3-4 months all these vaccines for the whole world, and it happened overnight like this.
No, there were waiting lines, and they at least over here, I think you had to sign
Over
up,
here, we
and
didn't
then
have.
Yeah, but
we didn't
that-
have lines over here. I saw people going in and out like it was they were going into the store to buy anything. We didn't have lines here.
The only thing I think about is, well, I don't believe it was created. It was all set up, but at a certain point, because over here it happened and it happened over there, I do feel like they were testing the limits because they introduced some really stupid.
Oh, I agree with that.
Like
That I
this,
agree with.
You're messing with me. You're messing
That,
with me.
that I agree with. I agree 100% with that. I do not agree that shit was manufactured and just like with AIDS. I don't think it was manufactured and fucking dropped. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's way too right wing for me. I'll pass on this one. You could believe that.
It was,
Sure.
You need to be home at 11. Why? Does it become more active around 11? It's a party animal?
Right, and you're
Why? Give me the
controlling everybody
reason
at that point.
Yeah,
The
Jersey
thing is
was
with
8
that-
o'clock at night. Nobody's outside.
Well-
That's where it's just gonna get bad.
What supports what you just said to me, what supports that is, it would be a piss poor organization, or it would be a really weird thing to do to release. If it's really, the goal is really to thin out people, to kill people, COVID would be a piss poor thing.
Yeah, you'd want
Because-
something
The
more
first test.
potent. You'd want,
Right.
I don't know,
Yeah.
smallpox
So-
or
Can-
something crazy.
The only thing I could
Tuberculosis.
get behind is readiness test, or to see how quickly it would spread across the globe and whatever. That may be that, but really to kill people off, then you would have to have something more potent.
Oh yeah,
Like
Smallpox.
you'd have
Maybe
to
they
have
weren't. Maybe
Smallpox,
they
bro.
weren't trying
crossed
to
with
kill
something,
people.
or
smallpox.
that's the thing, though.
Just drop smallpox, in the air.
smallpox.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's it. Goodbye. How many people got smallpox vaccinations?
Maybe they weren't expecting to kill that many people. Maybe they were
Because
just
we're
thinking
old,
that.
Because we're old.
I'm good.
Because we're old. That's why.
Oh, wait, did they start doing them again?
What's the one that was eradicated? What's the one that was Polio?
Polio.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Drop
also coming
that.
back, right? Isn't that
Is it?
coming back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's more cases.
But they
of
they don't
polio
really
or something.
eradicate anything. It just gets dormant.
No, that's not true. It basically, and this is not gonna.
No, it's smallpox.
But if you,
Smallpox is the only disease that has been 100% eradicated. It does not exist anymore.
No, but there is one of those diseases that they thought was gone for 50 or 60 years already. Or
Ebola.
something,
Wasn't it
and
the
it started
Ebola?
creeping back up.
Ebola has been around for a while. It
Yeah,
never
but
really-
people weren't dying from Ebola like they were back in the day.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's because
small-
Ebola is too aggressive. But if you can crossbreed Ebola, if you want to have a planet killer, if you cross Ebola with the common flu and make it last a little longer, the world is done for.
Great. You just told all the higher ups how to kill us all.
Problem is with Ebola, it's too fast.
It's too aggressive.
I'm telling you, it's smallpox. It's the only thing that's eradicated. Drop
That's
that. It's done.
Well,
Not
a
COVID.
modified version.
COVID
because-
is fucking. It's a. You get really shitty.
Flu.
Yeah, well,
You get really shitty.
I don't know.
Conspiracy is
Considering
that-
I've had it 6, 7 times, I've never had flu like that. So I don't know. And you guys have all seen me on COVID. Like I've been rough, bro. That ain't no flu. I don't know what it is, but it's not a flu. It's something
Pretty
else.
sure one of the conspiracy theories was that this was a test, and the next thing that are gonna drop
Come
is something
on.
anthrax related.
I remember when the anthrax was a big thing back in the early 2000s, and people started wearing gloves for no reason, especially the mailmen, mailmen and everything.
Problem with I think is if you use something like that, how do you keep it under control?
Can't.
Because it quickly can go out of control, and you're like, oh, let me do this little thing and thin out the herd. Whoops, it mutated. Whoops, I'm also dead.
But that's also because
When's
of
the
what
last time there was biological warfare? I know chemical, mustard gas. When's the last time there's been biological? Has there ever been biological
I don't think
warfare?
there's been a real. I don't think so. Not a real biological warfare.
Well, the Japanese tried it.
With what? During what? World War II?
Yeah, with the rats and the bats and the whatever, the rat bombs, the bat bombs.
Oh,
Well,
I
they
do
say
not know
anthrax-
anything about that.
Oh yeah, and they even had a compound where they kind of infected people with all kinds of diseases and what everything.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
fleas. The
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fleas.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
The
Gruesome.
Japanese did the fleas.
Well, it didn't work,
Wait,
right? Clearly, it didn't work. So,
Eh.
wait, imagine.
But
There was this big flash in a mushroom, and then all of a sudden they lost interest in.
so the United Nations biological weapons are considered weaponized agents, right? So they include anthrax and all these
spores.
other things,
Yeah.
right? Even smallpox and everything like that. So it's not just
right. So,
biological in the
when's the
sense,
last time? Because anthrax is a spore, right? So,
right?
when is the last time biological warfare has been deployed and been successful? I don't think it ever
Then
has.
talking warfare, not biological attacks, like in the
Right.
subway. With
No, yeah, no, no,
vaccine.
no. I'm not talking about like the anthrax we got in the mail. No, I'm talking about biological in a war, in wartime when it worked. What? Nothing.
Probably World War One.
World War
I
II
only
was the
found
last
the
time.
very first
Huh,
one
two.
recorded.
World
And that's
War
the
II,
shit he's
as
talking
far
about,
as I'm
Japan
looking.
with the bats and the fleas?
No,
No, there's a lot.
Older,
So in
older.
World
The
War
very
II, you
first
also have.
recorded one is the Mongols, apparently.
Yeah, but
Really?
he's talking about recent.
Yeah, I'm
recent
talking.
ones.
I'm talking modern, but
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
thinking the first one. Yeah.
You can go
So
further back because then, if you take it that way, in the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, they used to poison wells if there was a siege.
Sure,
They
sure.
ca-
Yeah,
they
yeah,
use
yeah.
catapults to catapult dead livestock and dead people over the wall. So yeah.
okay, so with this shit that I'm looking at on it's a government site. It says here that the only thing that was super recent was 2001 was anthrax. Other than that, everything else that was not anthrax was during World War II.
Which was
Like
what?
cholera, encephalitis, food poisoning, glanders, pistachosis, Q fever, typhus, and
And these
various
were
toxic
used
systems.
as weapons. They weren't just an outbreak
In World War
of
II.
it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
From America?
No, not from America. It doesn't state who did it, but it states that where it was abused. Like, for instance, anthrax was abused during the First and Second World War, during the Soviet Union in 1979, 1995 in Japan, and 2001 in the USA. So it just tells
Yeah,
you.
but I'm probably one of the very few select people that have been through like 5 courses of anthrax shots. The military required you to get a series
really?
of shots. Oh yeah, and if you lost your shot card, guess what? You're starting it over again.
Doing it all over.
Yeah, like we were test rats, but I don't have a bad heart. No offense, Maddie. I don't know.
Yeah, but you
what
didn't
happened.
get the COVID vaccine though. So,
No, I got. Well, hold on. Wait. Okay, first off, COVID was consumerism, right? That's consumers.
right.
Anthrax, there's no. Hey, we don't know what the fuck is in here. You're gonna take this, and then
No,
whatever
but-
happens, happens. You can't argue that.
No,
Yeah, you were the
no.
test
But
subject.
I think what Spade is saying is like it wasn't an RNA screw with your DNA kind of thing.
Right,
How do you
because that's
know
what
that?
COVID does.
but how do
COVID
you
messes your RNA.
hold on? But how would you know that? How would you know what was in the anthrax shot? I'm genuinely interested.
don't.
You think they released that to the general public?
No,
Yeah, okay.
probably not. But
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
The
sure
RNA
it
is
did
recent,
something.
yeah.
Like,
You know what?
No,
As a
it's
matter
better.
of fact, which vaccine did the U.S. government give to all its soldiers during COVID? Did they give them the Pfizer or the other two guys?
Pfizer.
I think it was Pfizer.
Yeah.
So, but why did they give them Pfizer? Was that
The
because
anthrax
that's
shot.
what
Anthrax vaccine.
who paid to be on the top of that list to get all the soldiers?
Pfizer. Probably. Government contract.
Well, there's a lot in the actual anthrax vaccine. Like, oh God, here we go. Anthrax vaccine side effects.
Here we go.
Long term. Autoimmune disease, neurological issues, or even Gulf War syndrome like symptoms. However, a direct causal link between the vaccine and these conditions have not been definitively established. Of course not, because
course
it's
not.
the government. Yeah, they.
Of course not. And
I
if
don't know.
you're,
It was safe. There was water in there. It was water and salt. That's what you got. Oh, okay. Okay.
A little bit of sugar
well,
in
if
there.
if you're interested in the Japanese thing, that was called Unit 731. That's an interesting read.
Unit 71?
731.
Oh, 731.
Some individuals have reported developing arthritis, lupus, and MS after vaccine.
Oh.
Some individuals have reported experiencing symptoms similar to those in Gulf War syndrome, like chronic fatigue, joint pain, and sleep disorders.
Oh.
No proven link. Despite these reports, a direct link
course
between
not.
anthrax vaccine.
Wasn't us.
But wait,
We
you
didn't
mean to
give you
tell me
nothing.
It just so happened that all these people that went to the army had MS?
You're not going to do nothing about it. You're not. It is what it
can't.
is. That is.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry. That sucks. Oh well. Wow. I don't know.
They used to inject you like cattle as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
On a line.
stand in
Doom,
line.
doom, doom.
Huge,
Yup.
huge syringe. Boom in your arm.
That's it.
Next one. Oh.
They ain't even change your fucking needles either. It's the same fucking needle.
Matthew, do you still
You
have
just
the-
blow it
do you have that
off.
scar?
Wipe it off with a fucking rag. Next.
Under the armpits, clean.
Yeah.
Matthew, did you get that one with that big one? I know
Smallpox.
in Europe they used to do it.
Yeah.
What? No, but that left a scar, right?
Yeah.
Was
Smallpox.
it the smallpox one?
Yeah,
Oh, that was the one.
the
that-
round. Well,
Yeah.
for some people, the round scar, like
Yeah.
the round dimple. Yeah.
I never got it.
Used to give it in school.
I mean, I don't have a scar from it or anything, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I got all my vaccines as a kid, or at least.
When's the last time you got a booster? Yo, I stepped on a
Never.
staple the other day, and I was like, I got tetanus. Just automatically start looking up tetanus and shit because I was bleeding and it was in my skin for like a week. So I was like, I probably got tetanus. And then I'm looking online that you're supposed to get boosters.
10 years.
Every 10. You know, the last time I got a booster for tetanus, I think I was 18.
Right, but that's only if you. So what a lot of people, from what my understanding was, from what people have told me at the hospitals, is like, you don't really have to do the booster, but if you get hit by if you get cut by metal, come in to get the booster. So
Yeah,
it
that if
doesn't
you
matter
have-
if you haven't done it in 10 years, but
I don't
come
think
in
that's how
anyway
that
to get the
works.
booster.
I think someone's
That's
lying
what they
to you.
told me.
I think
Well, if you
usually
get
if
that
you've had any
before it
kind of
happens.
surgery or something, they also give you one. They don't tell you, but you get one.
Oh, really?
That's
For
like,
tetanus?
that's like they before you go into surgery, they don't tell you they test you for AIDS and anything like that, but they actually do. They just don't tell you.
Well, when
Well,
you get
what's
a
the
full
reasoning for that?
battery, like of they're supposed to test everything, STDs,
that's
everything in
sick.
the blood.
Probably because they don't want to. Well, it's infringing on your rights as a patient, but they want to be safe themselves, the surgeons and the people that are in hospital. That's
I kind of understand.
But the people in the hospital are wearing gloves and masks and everything. It's not like they're just sitting over there in their shorts and their. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but there's
if
more
you
people
knew-
that get sick in the hospital than they
In the
do.
hospital, yeah.
Absolutely, like staph infections. That's
Yeah.
that.
And
It seems
usually-
like that's the only thing that happens in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like you go in for shit and now you're gonna die of sepsis because you got a fucking staph infection. That's
And then
nice.
the hospital bugs are usually worse than the ones that you
Oh,
get
'cause
out.
they're
in
strong as
normal
shit.
life.
Strong as
multiplying
shit,
over
bro.
there. Yeah, they're multiplying.
That's
they
why
only have
they're
to-
getting into
they only
trouble,
have
or
to
they
fight
will
the
get
weak
into
people
trouble with
so they get
antibiotics
stronger.
as well, right? Resistancy.
What did you say, Jordan? You have to find what?
Because they only have to fight the weak people so they get stronger.
No, because they try to eradicate them, so only the strong survive because a hospital gets sanitized a lot and stuff like that, and then it kind of concentrates, and then you get the most virulent or the most aggressive strand, and that's the one that survives.
Hold on. You said the hospitals get sanitized? How do they sanitize hospitals? Because let me tell you something. I've been in a lot of hospitals. I have never once seen them sanitize.
Somebody
a
walking
hospital.
around with alcohol swabs.
So you're thinking in the yard they just open up a window when they need some air in there or something?
No,
like
that's their
that, right?
conditioning. They have air conditioners in there.
That's with filters and the ducts that they're supposed
No, I
to
think surgical rooms
sanitize
are.
the ducts and everything.
No, I think surgical rooms are 100%, sterile. But obviously,
yeah.
hospital rooms are not. If people get scratches and they get staph infections, clearly they might wipe it down with water, but that's not going to do shit for the state.
What's the water gonna do?
I don't know to get the fingerprints off. I do not think that hospitals are out here cleaning beds and
Hell no.
no,
Hell
fuck
no.
no.
It's also probably because there's just not enough time. If you look at it now, if you go for a simple procedure, how fast they kick you back out, there's just no time to actually give that room a decent cleaning,
A
before
proper
the next
cleaning.
patient comes
No.
out.
Yeah.
And then
No
the
way.
staff, right? I'm not giving them an excuse.
Yeah.
Then staff, it's not one nurse can do it. You need a team of fucking people to go in there and kill whatever was in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I just don't see it. So I just stay away.
Yeah, I
from
just
them.
feel like the hospitals are one of the
Not going
dirtiest
in.
places to be in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. Dirtiest places?
They're
No.
man. You know what? Next time you come to New York, we'll just walk into the waiting room.
Yeah, and
of
you're
the
telling me
hospital.
there's not a sleazy motel somewhere that's dirtier. You're telling me one of the dirtiest places?
Well, a sleazy motel ain't nobody sticking. Well, some people are sticking syringes in their arms, so I take that back. I take that back.
It's fine. It's booster shots.
Yeah.
There may be a difference in hospitals over here and hospitals in the States, of course. Sure.
I do agree with that because I've seen the hospitals.
Well, we're
in
supposed to have the
Greece.
best in the world, right? For a good chunk of it, right? That's why a lot of doctors come to America, like cancer.
So they claim.
Well,
Make the most amount of money. That's true.
Oh yeah.
yeah, maybe that's not true, right? Steve Jobs, maybe it's not true. I don't know.
All the money in the world he had, and he still couldn't get rid of pancreatic cancer. Even today, you still can't
Nobody
get rid of
can.
Yeah,
pancreatic
but
cancer.
that's
Nobody can.
That's
You got that,
that's
it's
a
over,
bad
bro.
one.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. So just keep eating those greasy foods and those saturated
it.
fats. No,
Just
no.
enjoy yourself at this point. Just enjoy it.
No, okay. I was going a different route, but okay. Yeah, I was saying just okay. That's fine. Yes.
That's not the life lesson.
Yeah, the lesson I was gonna say is don't eat the greasy foods. Don't eat all the shit to make your pancreas work overtime, and you should be okay. That
Well,
would be
hold
my
on.
argument.
I mean, he went vegan, didn't he? And he's still, he's still.
Once you have
Later in
pancreatic
life.
cancer, bro, there's no back.
Later
There's
in life.
yeah, it's that ship has sailed.
not even
Right.
at stage 1. I thought at stage 1 or 2 they were
Pancreatic
able to
cancer.
semi-cure.
The only way you're fixing pancreatic cancer is if it's on the top part where they could remove it. Other than that, if it's on the bottom, you could do
That's it.
chemo and radiation, sure, but it's over. Like Patrick
Got it.
Swayze,
Okay.
right? Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just two people. Rush Limbaugh, right? Didn't he have pancreatic
Yeah,
cancer
Limbaugh.
too? Yeah. You get that, it's over, bro. Just call who you got to call.
Well, yeah, because my uncle got it, and he got diagnosed in February, and by April he was gone.
Yeah, it's over.
And he was perfectly fit. Like we were, everything was okay in February, and he just went to a regular doctor test, checkup.
That's why I don't
And then
go.
next thing you know,
I can't. That's why I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I don't blame you. I don't want to do that either.
You neither, Matthew? Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. Thanks.
If
You
I
could
fall
die
over,
next
I
week.
fall
That's fine. I don't need to know about it. I'll figure it out when it happens. I'm good, man.
I got this bump here. Well,
Yep.
it'll go away, or it will
That's
stay.
it.
I'm not
It's gonna kill me.
Doctor-
That's where we're at, and then I don't
As
need a
long as
doctor
my
to tell me
arm
that.
isn't falling off from that bump.
Bro, I was talking to Jenna this weekend. I told her straight up, we're looking at my nail, right? Bree's like, oh, your nail, you got to get it cut off. Bree's like, 10 out of 10. And I start watching these videos. And all I'm saying to myself, I bet you nobody here can answer this question. Don't look anything up. Tell me the purpose of a toenail.
For a toenail? I don't know. To keep things out of your body on the top of your.
A toenail that has socks usually on it and shoes. Tell me the purpose of
We
a
didn't
toenail.
always have socks and shoes.
That's fine. Tell me the purpose of a toenail 100 years ago.
Oh, wouldn't it be to climb?
No way. Our nails are not that strong to climb.
Well, no, but you have to go back further because it's not like we suddenly got toenails 100 years ago. It stems from claws.
Claws. That's the answer. That's why we have toenails.
I don't think so.
It's protection for the weakest
Tell me
parts.
tell me the purpose of a toenail now.
For now?
For women to
None.
get them.
Tell me the
women to get
purpose of
them
a
painted.
fingernail now.
For women to get
Well,
them painted.
Fingernail to pry stuff
As a
open
tool.
and
You're
pick your
using it
nose,
as a
pick your
tool.
nose.
When's the last time you picked your nose with your toes, Spade?
Oh, never.
Okay.
My finger, yeah, but not with my toes. That would be fucking weird. Hey, I got
Okay.
this itch.
So
I gotta
what's
pull
the
something
purpose
out.
of a toenail?
nothing anymore.
Aesthetics. That's the purpose of right now.
That's it?
Wow.
Right. Like,
Right
yeah.
now, yes.
If you
Let's
go to a doctor,
Let's make the feet look like the hands, so they have those things. on
that
there.
is the. If you go to a podiatrist, that is literally the answer that they're going to give you. Is there is zero purpose of your toenail. It is an aesthetic
Interesting.
thing only.
That's
That's it.
because protecting the weak part of your toe, but that part is only weak because it's underneath that toenail.
Right, but here's the thing: is so with my toe, that is, I'm not gonna get all weird and make this all gross, but the toenail, it can never grow back, right? It can, but it's the matrix of the nail bed is just bad. So every time it grows, it doesn't connect to the nail bed. So you know what they do, right? You can just watch this on YouTube. They stick some shit underneath it, they tourniquet it, they rip it off, and then they use like a silver nitrate and they kill the whole nail. And they have to do it 3 times, bleeds, whatever. It never goes back again. People are totally fine because it's only aesthetics. Then nothing can happen if you don't have toenails. Nothing.
We got, like you said, we got shoes now to protect our feet.
You have socks, boots, whatever.
Socks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something to chew on when you're bored. That's coming from a 70-year-old man. I would love to see you chew your toes.
But your toenails. David?
Your face, Jordan. Listen to me. If I try to lift my foot up to my mouth right now, I'm throwing out my back. I'm just putting it out there. I'm throwing out my back.
I can do it, but I've never been in the mindset like I am so bored.
You can literally chew.
my
You
toenail.
can reach your toes right now, and at your age. Oh shit!
Is that his foot?
No,
Yes.
that was my hand.
I thought he put on a glove or something to make it look like he has a sock in his mouth.
Do you want me to take off the sock?
No, it's fine. It's
With
fine.
your
It's fine.
government
No.
conspiracies and all this.
Okay.
It's not AI. It's
Matthew,
real.
can you reach your face with your toes? Don't hurt your heart now. Dude, don't. Oh shit! Spade, you try. Let me see. I know I can. Oh no. Oh no.
You can do. Oh, you can't do it.
No.
Do it
Oh
again.
no.
No, you can do it. You can do it. You're fucking around with us.
No.
Wow.
You can.
Absolutely.
Is
not.
that something to do with your back, maybe?
No, that's got to
Maybe,
do
yeah.
with my belly. You feel me? Like that's.
I got a bigger one.
I don't. My legs just not do. I swear to God, I'm not making that up. I would love to be like, yeah.
I thought you were fucking with us.
Nah, dude, I can't. If you said to me, you got to bite off that nail, I guess that Bree.
Really bite off that nail.
No, man, I cannot do that. Absolutely not. Nope.
Now I want to see David do it.
He said it takes him 10 minutes to put his socks on.
That sounds about right.
The
You
thought
can
kind
get
of
that
makes
thing.
me nauseous.
You can get that thing to put the sock on to slip it onto your foot. Don't they have that thing?
Wait.
So you don't have to worry about doing
Chewing
10
his
minutes.
toenails.
Wait.
Oh.
What?
No, because
No,
he's saying that it takes him 10 minutes to put on
Wait,
socks.
no, I get that, but how you get that?
They got this
How
thing
you-
that slips on that you put the sock on. Like
Yeah.
it's like think of like a shoehorn, a really
Yeah.
big shoehorn. You
Yeah.
put the sock on, and then you put your foot through it, and you get your socks on.
Why do I get the sense that you own this thing?
No, I do not. I just showed you I could bend my foot to my mouth. You think I'm gonna fucking get
Yeah,
one
but
of
Wait,
you're
those?
also
hold on.
like easy.
How do you know about that? Like how would you find out that actually exists?
Because they were looking to get it from my grandfather years ago.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say for you. You bought one last week.
No. So 2 weeks ago, what happened was no, because my
Next
grandfather.
video. The next
Yeah, right,
video,
imagine.
Final credits, and our sponsor today is
Is
is,
foot sock.
The foot sock. Yeah.
the Sock Helper 3000.
I like that name. I like that name.
Call now, 25% off.
4 easy payments. $29.
I feel embarrassed that you guys can all reach your face and I can't. I used to be able to. I think it's just stretching, sitting around too much. Nothing really moves.
It's also not useful. What are you gonna do with this?
Bite off a toenail you don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the toe
Maybe
clippers.
one day we might have to.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to bite my toenails a lot as a kid. I'm gonna sound really gross. You know what I do? I'm vulnerable. I'll cut my toenails and then I'll chew on the toenail.
Yo,
Was that like a nervous tick or something? Like
Oh,
what was the
Chris
reason?
does it too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So I don't know why. I don't. Wait, Chris, you saying you chew on your toenails like after you cut them, or is it just?
But what's the? I'm just trying to think. Like, what's the reasoning? Like, what made you do that? What made you one day say, "I'm going to bite"?
I don't know. I don't have an answer. I guess because it's the texture of. Yeah, same, Chris. Same, and then I'll bend it, and then.
do you do like
Okay.
with the
Hey.
Can you guys do the same thing like with the cherry stem? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
Trying to
can
make
tighten
knot.
a knot. Absolutely. I don't know. I'll see it. I'll be like, oh wow, that's big, and I'll put it in my mouth, and I'll bend it up, and I'll break off a corner and kind of chew it between my two front teeth, and then
does it taste
So
different?
you never
as
had
your-
to
It
invest
doesn't
in
taste like
toothpaste.
anything. It's just nice and hard, and it's like I play with it like I go like this on my teeth.
So you never had to invest in toothpicks because you could have used that as a toothpick.
No, I got a lot. I don't use it like that. I just chew on it. You guys don't bite your nails. Nobody here bites their nails.
No,
Out of all the
I
hard
bite my
things you can
cuticles.
chew on, you chose to clip a toenail and chew on that. Like a
Bro,
pen.
I am at my weakest point telling you that. Do you think I'm proud of this moment right now? Like you think I'm saying to myself, oh man,
like
wait till they
Matthew's
hear what I
judging right
do
now.
with
He's-
toenails. That's fine.
I feel like he's judging right now.
Okay,
Hey.
are there people in here that eat their boogers as well? Because
Of
we've gone this
course.
far, so.
Okay, so
every time I'm sick.
whoa, no. That's disgusting.
Swallow.
The toenail
How is that
is-
disgusting?
No, dude, that's
Hold on.
gross. Hold on. Wait. Let's put it on the table. All three of you say you pick your nose. I'm with you.
No.
Yes.
No, when I'm sick, I won't spit it out. I'll just swallow it. Like when you're clearing out your.
Wait, that's not boogers.
That's not picking
Right.
your nose.
That-
We're talking
No,
about picking your nose.
I'm
not
talking about
No,
picking your
no,
nose,
no.
having a booger, roll it, and flick it at your wife, right? We all probably do that.
Yes. Yeah, just.
You put it in a napkin. You just trying to be all elegant and shit. Okay, well, fine. Okay, but I don't. So you guys all ate your boogers? Is what you're saying?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's gross. My toenails.
What
Let's
about
be
Chris?
clear. Before
I'm
you
just-
say, my toenails are not things that I would inhale. That's bacteria, right, and viruses and shit, and dust, right. My toes are clean. Actually, they're probably not because I don't wear any socks.
anymore. But 5 years ago, they
That
would have.
realization. My toes are. Oh no! Wait. No, actually,
Listen.
Shower every
But
day.
5 years ago, they
Shower
would have
every
been
day.
though. Let's say that, right?
Right, but I do it now though. That's the worst part. I
Right.
could walk around in the grass and be like, all the chemicals, and I just put that in my mouth. I don't know.
So now
It's
you're
my
gonna stop doing
thing.
it.
Hey, everybody's got something that they do
that's
that's
it.
weird.
it's
That's
a
it.
quirk.
Yeah, whatever. I don't mind. I put it all on there. Let's say kids that did that were not easy to get sick. Maybe because I was always chewing on my toes. Maybe that's why I got COVID 7 times. From chewing on my fucking toenails.
No, because the first 4 times was in Jersey and you were wearing socks. then.
I couldn't reach my toes then, so that's not, All right. Thank you everybody for showing up. We'll see everybody next week. I am so fucking embarrassed right now. Yeah, we're done. All right. Bye.